All right. Obviously, I forgot to press the go live button. I have been talking for 5 minutes now. And yeah, so perfect start. Anyhow, hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to day one of learning game development in GameMaker. Today, we are gonna be making a basic game. I did an unlisted stream before this, which may be available on my channel after this. Otherwise, I'll just provide a link before below in the description, depending upon how the stream turned out. And in that stream, I'll just give you a brief run through of that. We basically made a basic game in which our character can move about, it can collide with objects, the thing has a background, and there is shooting mechanics. So I'll show you how the game works, and then I'll try to explain the mechanics for those who are not very familiar with game making. All right. So this is basically the game we have right now. This is very bare bones version, and this is not even a proper game. This is just me learning game development right now. The proper game will be made after this is completed. So I have some idea of what I want to achieve with this. This is not even a game, it is just every single mechanic applied some way or the other, so that I can tell myself that I know what game development and game maker is. Okay, so I have a score, I have objects, they are randomly spawning at random locations, I can shoot, I can move about, and I have collision with other objects, and I get stuck on other objects when like they come. I think I need to like fix the part where they can summon below me as well. It's not really convenient if that happens. Anyhow, so explaining the basics of game development, at least what I have learned till now, uh, for people who are not really familiar with the scene. So first of all, we have sprites. Sprites are basically images. In this case, 16 by 16 pixel 2-bit images, and basically they don't do anything by themselves. They are basically how they basically an image, that's all they are actually. And then those images are connected to objects. Now objects, these are what actually make the game. I mean the literal bare bones of it. The players are objects, the things you collide with are object, the things you shoot are objects, everything that has some kind of interactivity either through key or by themselves between each other, or every single thing is an object. And sprites are basically how the objects look. Sprites, connecting a sprite to an object defines how the object will look up on the screen. All right, I need to breathe. Anyhow, so basically objects are, you can define events in an object. There are different kinds of event like create event, alarm event, draw event, left and key downs events, and collision events. Everything has their own event code, and these code define what that certain event is going to do. For example, an alarm event is certain thing will happen at certain interval. Alarm 0 is equal to 60, which is 60 frames. So every second something is happening, assuming the game is running at 60 fps. And yeah, that's how it works. I need to figure out how to make this in the units of time instead of units of frame. Otherwise I'll have to limit the game's fps, or otherwise make a function. I don't really know if it works that way, or but make a function that knows what the fps of the game is and inputs the value, like multiplies this value with that certain number, then divides it by the required. I'll try to figure it out. Okay. And wait, I just opened the manual somehow. I don't know how that. Ah, well, at least the stream is working. Yeah. So, as I was saying, these are basically events, and then we have what else do we have? Rooms, yeah, rooms. Rooms are basically a certain environment in which there are objects, backgrounds, sprites, everything, and they interact with each other, they work, and they make the game run. There, you can have multiple rooms, you can have a camera in a room, like a big environment. Camera looks at a certain environment. I don't know how the camera part works yet. I'll have to figure it out. We will be looking at a few videos in this stream, unlike the last one where we just used ChatGPT to make whatever we made, what I showed you at the starting of the stream. Yeah, and other than that, wait, just let me. I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, I'm audible. Okay, I just needed to make that sure once, and add. No, this doesn't work that way. Yeah, now. So as I was saying, this seems to be working right now. And what we need to do today is add a starting menu, which will be our initial objective. And after we have added what was it again, starting menu, then we will be trying to make it prettier, and then we will be trying to add a few more new mechanics to the game, which might make the game look slightly better. I'm hoping it does. And yeah, other than that, we'll just go where we go. And yeah, another thing, we didn't have the mechanic of like shooting wherever we can, and the object spawning properly yesterday. I figured it out right after the stream. Yeah, you can look at the code if you want to, but it's like really simple. I just had to parent an object to an object which was present in the entire room, like the size of the room, which is 1366 by 768. Sorry if there's any background noise. I'm currently living in my hostel. It's a complete madhouse. We are all like, all right. You know how hostels are if you have ever lived in one. Anyhow, so as I was saying, let's start with the process, I guess, right? First of all, what do we need to add? Yeah, a starting menu. I'll look first ask ChatGPT what to do because I have no idea right now. How to make games? Is this the thing I was using yesterday? Yeah, it is. How to add a start menu to my game. I misspelled menu there. Uh, Adding a start menu to your game in GameMaker can be achieved by creating a room for menu and adding functionality like buttons, text, and visuals to allow the player to start the game or access settings. Here's a step-by-step guide. All right. Just 1 second, guys. All right. I just needed to like we needed 1 second. Yeah, we're back. So first, creating a start menu room. So creating a new room. We need what? GameMaker workspace. Go to resource tree. All right. I'll pin this thing in the top first. Yeah. Where is it again? Yeah. Control Windows T. Now let's go to in GameMaker workspace. Okay, workspace. We are creating resource tree. Where is the resource tree again? Don't see a maybe this is the resource tree. Name the room something. Right click rooms. Okay, rooms. Not here, I guess, right? Rooms as in yeah, here, right? These are rooms, and I need to create a room. Create room. All right. And then after creating room, something like RM. Okay, sure. Uh, this is the like a basic naming convention we are following, by the way, which is whatever the thing is, object, then O in the starting. And wait, I need to open these as well. We will be needing them. O in the starting, S in the starting of sprites. These just make it handy to like work with things because you have a consistency going on, right? So first I created a room. Okay, set rooms property, adjust the size of the room and its background to fit your desired start menu appearance. We'll keep this at default for now. You can add background image or color in the room setting. So let's just copy this and room setting, right? So how do I, okay, I just go to this and go to the settings here, I guess. Okay, I'll just connect a sprite here. Um, Project background obstacle. Where's the sprite for background? Do I not have a sprite for background? Import. Import sprite. I do not know what just happened. Let's not experiment too much. I do not want to what's working to break. But surely enough, there will be something. We do not need F frames for this. There's a single like background image here. So background, how do I add an background? I guess we can just draw one, and what's the worst that could happen, right? Charlie. Hmm. It's not even drawing the thing. Okay, I'll just add this. Yeah, sure. And then how do I make this full screen? I did this yesterday. How did I though? Okay, stretch, fit, stretch maybe, maybe not. I guess no, this doesn't work that way. All right, so just stretch is fine for now, I guess, and we can add another just sprite into it because why not? I'll just drag and drop another sprite. Oh, didn't intend to do that. Yeah, just the player sprite. No, not this way. Oh, we can just drag and drop the background as well. That will come in handy, maybe. I don't really know, honestly. Okay, so now we need to create a new background layer. No, or maybe new background layer, I think. And then we can add. No, this doesn't work that way. Now the other thing is invisible now. So just delete that and maybe new tile layer. No, that isn't what we need either. I'll just add this and hopefully. Okay, new asset layer. Maybe this will work. Assets and asset depth player effect type. I need a effect to make it larger. There doesn't seem to be an effect which makes it larger apparently. And why can't I open editor? For some reason I just can't do it. Maybe here I can. Okay, they're able to do it in there but not here. I'll just zoom it manually. Who cares? Hmm. God damn it. This is too small for anything. But then again, it's like, yeah, this should be now. Yeah, okay. So what we will be doing is we will be just putting a certain like here we'll put a start menu option or something if that's possible. Here the player will be visible, and then we'll maybe add some music, maybe not. Music might be too ambitious at this point of time, unless we are trying something that's like not made by us. Anyhow, so now next step is use global. No, not this, right? Where was I again? Yeah, no, this is it. Okay, so add mouse interaction. O start but event to O start button. I'll need to add an object in into this. Okay, then I'll create an object. Let's make this a bit organized. Why does zoom out not work sometimes? Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so now the second is object. So control O was it? Alto, yeah, Alto. And object is for start button. So O start button and maybe we'll create a sprite for it. Let's create a sprite, just simple start button. Create new. No, not this way actually. We should have created it before, then added it to this one. So let's create a sprite separately. Yeah, and edit not 64 by 64, maybe 64 by 64 is fine. Let's try. Uh, START, and then just yeah, that should be maybe no, maybe not just this. I'll add some, make it a little bit more than what something this simple. Maybe we can add something like a block of color. Maybe we can fill it. Yeah, fill tool. Then we can maybe erase stuff. How do I like increase the size of the brush? Is there something that we can use to make that? No, not that, not one that I can see at least. This works very different than Photoshop at the very least. Actually, there are a few things that are very similar. Oh, this works maybe. We can add the start menu inside erase thing. Let's do it this way. This and maybe 3 lines of this. And we'll just type start within it. That seems good enough, right? Just simple color change, yeah. This seems too big, yeah. So simple S. This is really bad. Let me grab my pen tablet. Okay, where's the pen? Yeah. So S T. Nope. We do not need refinement in this. I can just refine later on, but it needs to look okay enough to be like proud of it, I guess, maybe. Okay, this is pretty cool actually. This is pretty cool. Maybe we can add a background, something like this to it. It will take just a second, but it makes it look slightly better. And maybe this will fit the game's aesthetic as well. We need to be consistent as well, because before this I saw a video of common game making mistakes. Yeah, I know, very intelligent to see a video of common game making mistakes before even knowing how to make a game. But I did that, and yeah, they basically said if you are a beginner, you need to be consistent with your art even if it is bad, because that's all you got. You do not have good art skill, you just have the option to be consistent. They did not phrase it this way entirely, and maybe this makes some of the points they said redundant, or makes it sound redundant, which they are not. But yeah, who cares? All right, so maybe a bit of a broken down start button, because why not? It will look slightly unique, I guess. Actually, let's add another color to it. Why not? Let's add another color. Surely it will not just turn into garbage if we add 10 different colors to it. No, this does not look good. This maybe. Okay. Maybe you can just define the color scheme this way. Yeah, surely this is good enough. I keep hitting my mic by mistake. The art doesn't look good. Maybe we can fix that somehow. Let's delete the R and replace it with something more tolerable, I guess. Maybe this, just maybe. Let's zoom out. Yeah, this looks tolerable enough. So let's save it. What do I name it even? Write it, no start button. So that would be S. Wait, what's happening? Okay, I was pressing Control S instead of that. All right. So we have an asset now, and we just need to connect it to this thing, right? So this will connect to sprites. No, not this one. sprites and the start button. Yeah. And now we proceed to the next step, I guess. Yeah. Wait. Do I have any chats? No. All right. Sorry if I miss any chats during the stream. I'm like really looking at the screen right now. I do not have a second monitor over in my hostel. I only have one at my home and it doesn't work anymore. So why am I even talking about it? Anyhow, so what were we supposed to do next? First, add mouse interaction. So, start button, add event. Okay, so that would be left mouse down, right? So, left down. Okay, add the code. Room go to RM game. I need to rename this to room 1. Room 1. Yeah, that should be what it is. Yeah, it's defined now. And then what we are supposed to do, we need to add a new object called menu title. Menu visuals. Wait. Okay. So first, let's go to like this and add the object first of all. Because, yeah. Where did I create the object again? I know I did create this. Oh, I by mistake added it here. All right. And I need to select the instances layer. Yeah. And now let's zoom it in as much as we can. Yeah, this looks this is too big actually. Yeah, this looks good enough, right? And save. And let's start the game once. No, it doesn't start here. Okay. Maybe there's something more to it. We do not need to add music right now, but there should be a. I should remember to make a controller object. They seem to be everywhere. Okay, optional, add more buttons. Settings button takes the player to another room. RM settings where they can change settings. Quit button functionality quits the game. Make the start menu first room in the game. Go to resources. Rooms, top of the list. Okay, I just need to make this in the top of the list. Maybe there's this is what we mean by top of the list, right? I'm not in a wrong section, right? Okay, this is the dock tab apparently, not then what is room manager maybe? Okay. Okay, maybe this changes things. Yeah. So let's start the game now. No, it did not do anything. Save it and then start the game. Not F6. Shit. I pressed wrong. Shit. Cancel. Nope. What's happening? Oh, shit. Debugger. Okay, that's the button for debugger. The more you know. Okay, this doesn't seem to be working the way. Create child room, create group, arrange. This is arrange, right? Let's search. Where is the resources tab and game maker? Yeah, resources tab and game maker. Window asset browser. If you accidentally closed, okay, that's the asset browser, right? Then how do I? Okay, I'll just go to a tutorial at this point, right? Let's just start and look at a tutorial how to like make game. How to make okay, make a start menu in game. I spelled it wrong again. Game maker. Right. So menu system, how to make a menu system with sub menus. I need something simple that will not take much time. 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. This is the shortest and simplest, maybe. Simple menus, right? Okay, let's just look at this one.
Hello all you lovely people and welcome back. So today what we're going to be looking at by super popular request by my Patreon supporters is how to create a basic menu system for your game. Now, there's a lot of different interpretations for what menu might mean. So what I'm going to give you is kind of
I'll
a
try to
really
split
basic,
this up.
like bare bone structure for menu system. Like you can see on the screen here, we can select different options and make them do different things. And hopefully you'll be able to take that basis and use the logic to kind of inform whatever kind of menu, or whether it's an options menu or like a main title screen menu or something like that, that you need to make. So it's going to end up looking something like this that we've got here. With start, continue, level select, options, quit.
Okay, this seems
So
good
start
enough,
again,
but
quit.
we
So
need
start, options, continue,
something
the room again,
slightly
and
different.
hopefully from there you'll be able to build on it and create whatever other stuff you need to make. So
Okay,
here is
I'll first ask ChatGPT because that's usually the shortest route we want to go if we do not want an complete in-depth guide. Okay, how to how to make my start menu appear at the start of the game. Yeah. How to make your start menu appear at the beginning of the game in GameMaker. You simply need to set the start menu room item start as the first room in your game. Here's how to do it. Go to the rooms section. In the resource tree to the left. Okay, and rooms, create room. Okay, this, and that. Where did I ask the question? Yeah. Reorder the rooms. I did reorder it, right? Yeah. This is sent to top. This is second room, room inheritance. Maybe this does not work that way. Just I need something more maybe. Drag the start menu to the top of the list in the rooms section. Start menu to the top. What does it mean start menu? Top of the list. Okay. The room basically, yeah, not the object. I was thinking of it as the object. It's RM, yeah. So test the game, run F5. Tips, ensure you have added necessary objects. I have added necessary objects. Controller objects, timer animation to switch to the gameplay room. I don't think I need the controller object yet, but I need the game to work. And it does not work yet. Why does it not work yet? I need an explanation. Uh, are we doing something wrong, chat? Anyone? Hmm. How do we? What? This is what it's asking for. I did this. Okay, room order. Yeah, room order. It's correct. I did not want to debug it. Yeah, this just does not want to work. Game option, tags, save, search it. Maybe if I bring it down, actually, maybe it's supposed to be down instead of up. I don't know why that would. Yeah, it's not that. Maybe saving it again and again. I keep pressing F6 instead of F5. Yeah, not working. Just Huh? Okay. So let's ask ChatGPT itself what we need to do here. Okay, so I did all that. It's still not coming in the beginning. Maybe that's, I don't know. Wait, why is it? Huh? There might be an issue with how the game is configured or with your setup. Let's troubleshoot step by step. Open room section in the resource tree. Ensure RM start menu is at the top of the list. It is on the top of the list. GameMaker always starts the first room list unless something is explicitly overriding it. And check for room go to or room restart calls. There shouldn't be something like that, maybe. Okay, wait, I added an event, right? Maybe there's something wrong with that certain event. But no, that should not be how it happens though. Hmm. What do I do with this? Room setting, yeah, maybe that. There should be something in the room setting, right? Creation code, instance, room, yeah, then going to the room and where do I open the room settings? Instance creation order. No, that's not what I need. What I need is the thing to start where I need it to start, which it isn't. Once again, F5 just for the sake of it. Yeah, no. Alright, let's go to. There's an insect in my room. Wait, I fear for my life. Anyhow, so I lost option YouTube. There's absolutely nothing else we can do right now, honestly. So.
Foundations of it, drawing like a sprite or something, or like a background or something like that.
This seems too old actually. 10 years is too much. Simple, yeah. This should be enough.
Depending on if we have a description. That times our line height gives us. There's obviously a lot that can go into building a menu. So for clarity, before we get started, what I'm going to show you today is basic but flexible. We're going to give you the ability to create menu boxes in your game that have options we can select with the mouse or the keyboard and therefore gamepads, etc. as well, and show you how to have them perform arbitrary tasks. There's clearly a lot more that might go into your game's menu than that, but this tutorial will hopefully give you the skills needed to build a foundation. To begin with, I'm going to make a script that will contain functions relating to our menu. I'm going to define a function in that script called menu, and this generic script will let us summon a menu anywhere in our game room. The arguments we provide are the X, Y, the options data for the menu, which we'll explain more about.
Wait. Let's slow it down. Let's slow down.
Or the keyboard and therefore gamepads, etc. as well, and show you how to have them perform arbitrary tasks. We're going to give you the ability to create menu boxes in your game that have options we can select with the mouse or the keyboard and therefore gamepads, etc. as well, and show you how to have them perform arbitrary tasks. There's clearly a lot more that might go into your game's menu than that, but this tutorial will hopefully give you the skills needed to build a foundation. To begin with, I'm going to make a script that will contain functions relating to our menu. I'm going to define a function in that script called menu, and this generic script will let us summon a menu anywhere in our game room. The arguments we provide are the X, Y, the options data for the menu, which we'll explain more about shortly, and a description which will have a default assignment of -1, which will be used to mean no
I do
description,
not
but otherwise
need
will be
this,
text
but
description
this will be
reflecting
useful.
what it is. The first thing this function will do is create a new instance of an O menu object. This is an object we'll define later, which will actually render and control the menu. We use the with statement because we're going to do some setup. It's worth remembering that anything we do here will happen after the instance's create event happens, so we can override any default variables here and also rely on or use any we've established. That doesn't make much difference here, but it's worth keeping in mind. Now, before we go any further, let's explain how our option data will work. The options data we provide to this function will be an array of arrays. Each entry in the base array will represent a menu option. There are two key pieces of information we want to store about each menu option, being the text shown to the player and the function that should be called if the option is selected. In other words, what should happen when you pick that option. We can use -1 as a default here again to insert an empty option that does nothing. So after we make an instance of our menu object, we're going to give it that data and the description we passed as arguments. Then we're going to check how long the base array is, which is to ask how many options are there. Then we're going to set a tiny value called I to 0, and we'll loop for as long as I is left your center, edges, and
No,
corners.
this is not what we need, but this will be useful actually. So how to make a main menu? Okay, maybe this will be it.
So I have this game with just one room. You open it and it takes you directly into the game without a menu. So in this video, we're going to add that main menu where you can hit play or quit. We're also going to add a help button where you can click to see the controls. First of all, we need a sprite for the button. So here I have a blank button sprite and we're going to draw the text on it in the game. If you want this same sprite, you can download it from the description. Now make sure that you set the origin for this to middle center because we want to draw the text on it at its center. Now let's set up all the rooms we need. The one I have here is for the main game. So I'll rename this to rm_game. And then for the menu room, I'll just duplicate this so we get the same size and the same settings. And I'll call this rm_menu. Now, obviously, you want the menu to open when you start the game, but right now, the game room is set as the first room to open. If you look here, that's what this icon indicates. So I'll click on this icon, and in this list, I'll drag RM menu above RM game, and now you can see that the menu room will open when you start the game. Let's open this menu room now. Because we duplicated the game room,
Okay,
this
wait a
already
second.
has the player and the rocks, which we don't need.
Yeah, RM start menu is the start game indeed. So whatever the problem here is isn't related to this. It is maybe related to somehow maybe the room is immediately leading to the other room. That might be something that's creating the issue here. But
So I'm going to
best
delete all
watch
this.
further.
And also make sure you delete this instance, which doesn't have a sprites, because these are quite easy to miss. The room is empty now, so let's go and create some buttons, and we'll come back to this later to put those buttons here. Now, before we go and make the buttons, it's a good idea to make a custom font that we can use to draw the text on our buttons. So in the asset browser here, I'm going to create a new font asset, and I'll name this fnt_menu. In the editor, I'll select a font I like. There are many good fonts you can download from the internet. I'll set the size to 40, which is quite big and fitting for our buttons. And I'll also turn off anti-aliasing because my font looks better that way. So that's the font done. So let's go and create the main button object. So here I'll create a new object and call this obj button parent. This is the parent or base object for all buttons. And this is going to handle how we interact with buttons and how we draw them. Then we're going to create child objects from this and tell each child button what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Now this object doesn't need
wait. We do not need child objects, but we need this to work
and this is going to
at the starting of the game. Maybe that will come in eventually.
Then we're going to create child objects from this and tell each child button what it's supposed to do. Now this object doesn't need a sprite because it doesn't appear in the game itself, but what it does need is a variable to store the text that appears on the button. So I'll open the variables window and here create a new variable called button_text. This will be a string and I'll set the value to be empty and we'll set it in each child object separately. Now for interacting with this button, we want to check if the user has clicked on it with their left mouse button. So for that, I'm going to add a new event and this will be the left pressed event under mouse. I'll leave this empty here and we'll fill it in the child objects. Now the only other thing we need in the parent is to draw the button and the text on it. So for that, let's add the draw event. And inside this event, first of all, let's make sure that the button itself is drawn.
Okay, wait. Draw self. I think. Wait. Maybe there was an issue with in GameMaker. It's supposed to draw itself automatically, but just maybe it didn't. Just maybe it didn't.
So let's now before we go and make the
Okay.
buttons, it's a good idea to make a custom font that we can use to draw the text.
No, not this.
I'll name this. There are many.
Yeah, where did he add the draw thing? It's probably in create.
This is the parent or base object for all buttons, and this is going to handle how we interact with buttons and how we draw them. Then we
Yeah.
create child objects from this and tell each child button what it's supposed to do. Now this object doesn't need a sprite because it doesn't appear in the game itself, but what it does need is a variable to store the text that appears on the button. So I'll open the variables window and here create a new variable called button_text. This will be a string and I'll set the value to be empty and we'll set it in each child object separately.
Okay.
This button, we want to check if the user has clicked on it with their
Well, we are using an object, so that is redundant for now.
I'll leave this empty here and we'll fill it in the child objects. Now the only other thing we need in the parent is to draw the button and the text on it. So for that, let's add the draw event.
Yeah, that's simple draw event. Let's add that first because maybe that's what getting in our way. Just maybe. Yeah, so draw or add draw self. Wait, that's probably with an underscore, right? My keyboard is in a very awkward position right now, so I keep mistyping. Like, well, my laptop is in a very awkward position. There's the mic hanging right over it, so I have to like kind of scoot under the mic. I don't know why I'm making the expressions over here. It's not like you guys can see me, but well, like I have to scoot under the mic a little bit and type, which makes my left hand just go. Okay, this is J, and then the button is supposed to be K, but it is actually L. So yeah. Anyhow. So as we were doing, maybe this fixes something. Just making no, doesn't. No, it doesn't. it's still not working the way it's supposed to, but let's go back. Maybe something else
First
comes
of all,
up.
let's make sure that the button itself is drawn by using draw self. Now we're going to draw the text, but before we do that, we want to set the alignment and the font that we want to use for it. So I'll add this to set the font to FNP menu, which we just created, and then I'll add this to set the text alignment to center and middle. So the text draws like this instead of drawing like this, which is the default behavior. And now I'll add this to draw the button text variable. I'll draw it at the position of the button itself. Now the last thing to do in this event is to reset the alignments to their default values. Whenever you change any draw property, whether it's the color, alpha, or alignment, you want to reset it to its default values after you're done drawing. Otherwise, your change values might interfere with something else that you're drawing later on. I am going to leave the font as it is.
Okay, just wait a second. So we have, okay, these are not necessary right now.
That you want to use, and
Okay.
we're going to set it to that at the end of this event. So we are done with the parents, and we can start making the child objects now. I'll make an object for the play button first. So this will be obj button play. I'll assign the button sprite to it. Now this should be a child of the button parent. So I'll open the parents
All
window and
right.
click here to set the parent to obj button parent. With that said, in the events list, I can see the events that I made in the parent. And if I open the variables window, I also see the variables from the parent. So let's edit this button text variable and write play here. So this button says play. And when you click on it, it should take you into the game room. So to program that, we already have a left pressed event here. We don't want to replace this event, but we want to add on to it. So anything in the parents event runs before this event runs in the child object. So for that, right click on it and select inherit event.
Okay.
Let's quickly add this to change the room to RM game. And with this, the play button is finished. So let's go ahead and make the help and quit buttons. For the next button, I'll just duplicate the play button object so we get the same sprites and parents. And I'll name this obj button help. I'll open its variables and change the text here to help. I'll leave its event as it is for now, and we'll program this after we've made the quit button.
Till here, everything we have done is same.
Name this obj button quit.
I mean, whatever we needed is same. Unless we want to like follow everything step by step.
I'll remove this
Logically, everything is supposed to work until
That's all the
there's
things to do.
something game changing over here.
So I'll open that room, make sure the instances layer is selected, and then place our 3 buttons here one by one. So that's play, help, and quit. Go ahead and run the game, and you can now quit the game, and you can also play it. So that's the basic buttons done. Let's go and quit.
Okay, now let's quit it once and try to understand what's happening over here. So, okay, the start menu is set as the original room, and sent to top. Obviously, it's working that way. Room 1, RM start menu. Maybe something's wrong with this object. Maybe? No, probably not actually. Because, yeah. Instances, this instance, maybe we just lock it for once. Assets, we do not need the asset right now. First, we need to fix this one. So let's try and fix that. Okay. So if we press F5, still does it not work, but maybe I'll just add a like command to this to go to the start menu just to see if the room changing is even working. So we need another object for it. No, not the object. We need basically the full thing, right? So the full, where's the full object? Yeah, this. So add event, mouse right down or middle down. Yeah, middle down. Okay, okay. And then we go to, wait, what's the command for it? Go to room, go to next, and then we go to RM start menu. Yeah, let's save that and start the game once. Okay, it's not changing the rooms. Okay, it's not changing the rooms, so maybe there's something. Oh, maybe I just need to click on the player because we added it in a parent object. Nope, does not work. Maybe I'll just change the key once. It's been 43 minutes since we started streaming and not a single thing has happened. God. I'll just add a controller object. Why not? Let's make a controller, controller, and for the room, which will be Alt O, and then the whole thing need to be controller R1. R1, yeah. Controller R1, there's no sprite. Okay, and collision mask, we need collision mask rooms and background. Yeah, that should be good enough. And then visible, no, we do not need it to be visible, but we do need there to be an event, and that event needs to be the, let's do it right down. Why not? Write down it, go to room, go to next, and then RM start menu. Yeah, that should maybe, in theory, this should work. Let's hope it does. It does not, whatever the reason is. Okay, so let's follow something step by step. That's the okay, yeah, so this is the thumbnail I made today, which took me like 5 minutes. I should close this probably. Did I save this as a Photoshop document? I don't think I did. Let's wait. So we have the controller object. It's basically, oh, we did. I did not add it to the room. Silly me. Wait, what? What's this? Delete instances. Yeah. Let's add it somewhere in here. Maybe if it agrees to go. Do I need something like a thing? Visible? No. Maybe I'll just create a. What's happening even? Create new. I do not need to parent it. The go-to room is not working. So there's a problem with the initial room. I do not know how to figure that part out. Hmm. Okay, let's try the room setting. Creation code. Instance creation order. Oh, start button. Okay, the starts frame, image speed, flip. We do not need to know these, but creation code, background. I don't know what's wrong, but there is something wrong and I can't figure it out for the life of me. Okay, you know what? Let's do another thing. Let's do a another start menu. Like add do another start menu and follow the tutorial exactly as the GameMaker guy did it. Okay, Turban Man, I'm trusting you here. So if I move this just down here because I do not need this anymore, and I duplicate this because I do need this. How do I duplicate it though? Control D, maybe? Control C, Control V. Okay, maybe not this way. Here, maybe. Room 1, duplicate. Yeah, duplicate. And let's name it RM, not this way, RM start. So yeah, this should be okay. This does not need to be here. This needs to be here, and this needs. Okay, things are getting really not in order right now. So first, let's open this start room. Delete every single object we do not need, which is basically everything here. So control all, control delete. And we do need the background though. And let's add the object of start, the start button here. So let's not do that. Let's just do what the guy did.
To draw the text, add that main menu. So I have this game with just one room. You open it and it takes you directly into the game without a menu. So in this video, we're going to add that main menu where you can hit play or quit. We're also going to add a help button where you can click to see the controls. First of all, we need a sprite for the button. So here I have a blank button sprite and we're going to draw the text on it in the game. If you want this same sprite, you can download it from the description.
Excuse
Now
me.
make sure that you set the origin for this to middle center because we want to draw the text on it at its center. Now
Okay.
play or quit. We're also going to add a help button where you can click to see the controls. First of all, we need a sprite for the button. So here I have a blank button sprite and we are going to draw the text on it in the game. If you want this same
Okay, let's
sprite, you
create
can
a
download it
sprite
from the
here.
description. Now make sure that you set
Actually,
the
I already
origin
have a
for this
sprite,
to
right?
middle center because we want to draw the text on it at its center. Now let's set up all the rooms we need. The one I have
I just
here
need
is
to
for the
like,
main
okay,
game.
I'll change something in it. I'll keep the sprite but add the text as he said. Okay, so we'll keep the basic structure of it, but let's remove the thingy. S start button. Yeah, so let's duplicate it and S button. This should be, yeah, S button, and then let's wait. It did not copy it. Why? Maybe it did, maybe it did not. Let it load. Please work. It won't work. Am I kidding? Okay, so let's just copy that thing and make another sprite. Delete. Yes. Alt S. I need another sprite. Edit image. And why not just copy it from here, right? So let's copy this. Actually, copy this and then put it over here. Wait, what? Why is it? How did it copy work again in this? Yeah, copy. Control C, right? I did that. Hmm. Let's does not okay. It worked now. All right. Yes, delete the selected frame, and I just need to delete the following objects. Actually, not the object. What am I even saying? I need to delete this thing. So for that, yeah, I already have the color selected. So this will be our basic button. We won't change anything in it. We just will be removing the other stuff. Yeah, that's it. So we have basically created the sprite we need, and now let's follow along the tutorial.
Rename this to rm underscore game. And then for the menu room, I'll just duplicate this so we get the same size and the same settings. And I'll call this rm underscore menu.
All
Now,
right.
obviously, you want the menu to open when you start the game, but right now, the game room is set as the first room to open. If you look here, that's what this icon indicates. So I'll click on this icon, and in this list, I'll drag RM menu above RM game, and now you can see that the menu room will open when you start the game. Let's open this menu room now. Because we duplicated the game room, this already has the
Okay, let's
UI.
do this right now. Even if it doesn't work, let's do this. RM start at the top. Yeah, this changed. I'll just delete the start menu screen because, yeah, I do not want it interfering with anything.
And the rocks, which we don't need. So I'm going to delete all this. And also make sure you delete this instance, which doesn't have a sprites, because these are quite easy to miss. The room is empty now, so let's go and create some buttons, and we'll come back to this later to put those buttons here. Now before we go and make
All
the
right.
buttons, it's a good idea to make a custom font that we can use to draw the text on our buttons. So in the asset browser here, I'm going to create a new font asset, and I'll name
Okay.
this fnt underscore menu. In the editor, I'll select a font I like. There are many good.
Wait a second, sir. There, I should have a few font at least. I do not remember which ones are which though. Do I have impact in this? Okay, this is my older computer. I might not, I mean newer computer. I might not have the thing I'm searching for. Maybe I do. Maybe there's something good enough. I'll just go through it randomly. Yeah, this seems good enough, right? Yeah, this seems good enough. I don't know what the text this nah, let's look at a few more. I know this one, right? Okay, areas bold, elephant, not this one either. Dubai, not this one either. Droid, this no, does not fit the theme. It is a nice font though. Okay, this is completely Oh God, what is that? Why do I have that? Okay, so semi-bold condensed. I do not know the semi-bold was good. Okay, semi-bold, semi-condensed. No, just ban shrift semi-bold should be good enough, right? And let's keep it at that. Size should be around 48, maybe. Is that good? Seems good. And let's follow along from here.
Fonts you can download from the internet. I'll set the size to 40, which is quite big and fitting for our buttons. And I'll also turn off anti-aliasing because my
Okay.
font looks better that way. So that's the font done. So let's go and create the main button object. So here I'll create a new object and call this obj button parent.
Okay, let's create an object. Why not? All right.
This is the parent or base object for all buttons, and this is going to handle how we interact with buttons and how we draw them. Then we're going to create child objects from this and tell each child button what it's supposed to do. Now this object doesn't need a sprite because it doesn't appear in the game itself, but what it does need is a variable to store the text that appears on the button. So I'll open the variables window and here create a new variable called button underscore text. This will be a string, and I'll set the value to be empty.
What are variables? I need to like know what variables are in GameMaker. What are variables and objects in GameMaker? All right. So in GameMaker, variables in object is used to store and manage data related to that specific object instance. Variables are essential for controlling an object's behavior, state, and properties. Allow. I need some water. All right, water break over. I have this stupidly large 2.5 liter water bottle. I wish I could show you, but I just don't have a camera right now. It's like stupidly huge, but it does the work. So, yeah. Types of variables in GameMaker object instance variable defined per object instance. Each instance of an object has its own copy of the variable, meaning changes to the variable affect only that instance. Okay. So, okay, so like health and stuff. Okay, then global variables. Okay, I know what these are. Built-in variables, I know these as well. And then move object to 10 pixels to the right. X, okay. So like basic variables. These are built-in variables, yeah. Local variables, yeah. Declared using var, okay. Sure. That's what the thing in the last stream was. Got it. And then how to initialize. Okay. This is good enough. Getting back to the videos, add a variable name f font, f f font, start font or start font, I guess, yeah. Menu font, enter, and type is string. And what else do I need to do here?
We'll set it in each child object separately. Now for
Oh,
interacting with this
got it.
button, we want to check if the user has clicked on it with their left mouse button. So for that, I'm going to add a new event, and this will be the left pressed event under mouse. I'll leave this empty here and we'll fill it in the child objects. Now the only other thing we need in the parent is to draw the button and the text on it. So for that, let's add the draw event. And inside this event, first of all, let's make sure that the
Hmm.
button itself is drawn by using draw self. Now we're going to draw the text, but before we do that, we want to set the alignment and the font that we want to use for it. So I'll add this to set the font to FNT menu, which we just created. And I'll add this to set the text alignment to center and middle. So the text draws like this
All
instead of
right.
drawing like this, which is the default behavior. And now I'll add this to draw the button text variable. I'll draw it at the
That's the
position
thing which was happening in the last stream. Sorry if there's any background noise. What happened was when we were setting the player to shoot, and what happened was we needed to align it to the center, but by default it is in the top right, as he said. I think right.
this instead of drawing like
Yeah. So as you can see here, the actual center in the starting of it, where you can, I guess, say what the axis is at the top left of the text, or whatever object you make, or whatever sprite you make, and you need to actually manually change that. I did not know it, and because of that, when we were shooting and our mechanic, I did not parent the object to an object inside the whole game. It wasn't shooting properly. But then I made a global variable, actually not a global variable, a variable which was basically o player x dot x, which defined the position of object o player, and I used that to shoot in this way, which was, wait a second, it did not open, did it? Or maybe it did. That did. Why isn't it showing then? Okay, I topped the window. Yeah, so now it's shooting from all the way over here wherever I go on the screen. But before it used to do this, and it only used to fire in this direction because of the improper alignment. But that's the problem in GameMaker. If you set the thing to set the thing by default, then the center is at the top left, and then if you put the coordinates of any object, it would make it so that it's making it the center is being made at the top left. So if you're trying to shoot or do any kind of movement, it will be originating from the top left because that's the only coordinate you have to shoot from, and we do not like that because that's just that did not look pretty. uh, yeah, so continuing back to the video, so we are now adding fonts to the game.
this, which is the default behavior.
This is a new concept actually, though it's simple, surprisingly simple actually.
Of the button itself.
It's only
Now, the
syntax.
last thing to do in this event is to reset the alignments to their default values. Whenever you change any draw property, whether it's the color, alpha, or alignment, you want to reset it to its default values after you're done drawing. Otherwise, your changed values might interfere with something else that you're drawing later on.
Wait, did not, okay. No, we do not need to do this. This will solve a lot of our problems for that particular font. Why? Because we always need, most of the time we need it to be center and middle, though should always set something to the default value if it works that way, right? Okay, so going back.
Any draw property, whether it's the color, alpha, or alignment, you want to reset it to its default values after you're done drawing. Otherwise, your changed values might interfere with something else that you're drawing later on. I am going to leave the font as it is, but if you do have a default font that you want to use, then you can reset it to that at the end of this event. So we are done with the parents, and we can start making the child objects now.
All right, so let's get done with the parent. We saw everything that we were supposed to do. First of all, let's create event. We need a left mouse event, but it won't work that way, okay? So we just need to put the left down, and we do not need to change anything, unlike everything we have been doing until now. This is just a parent object. Similarly with this, we just need to add this here, and we need another thing here, which is I actually do not remember. Do we need another thing here? Let's look at the code. Why not? Oh, draw, right. We need the draw case. Yeah.
Using draw self, inside this
So
text on it. So for that, let's add the draw event.
yeah,
And inside this event,
draw event, what we were talking about right now exactly. I have the memory of a goldfish, I'll tell you. Anyhow, so control Windows T, and yeah, and adding a draw event, we first need to draw the thing itself. So that is draw self. All right. So doing this, I do not need this here right now. Draw self. I need an underscore. Self, yeah. And then we need draw text. So what's the syntax for that particular thing? Maybe wait, control Windows T. I keep focusing certain windows which I do not intend to. Okay, set font. I need to focus this right now. Okay, and yeah, draw underscore set underscore font, and then it will be F menu font. Yeah, this is the one we made, though it's not supposed to look like this. What the heck? Okay, there are the brackets. Yeah, finally. Not the underscore. Yeah, the brackets. Yeah. So this is done. It's not showing correctly. Maybe the semicolon changes something. The type strings appear. There's something wrong here. I don't know what. I need to check this. F menu font. Am I doing this right? We did create a font here, right? So this font is font. Okay, I just FNT menu. Just 1 second, guys. I'll be back. All right. So as I was saying, we did not name the font, so that's why it wasn't working. Now let's see FNT. It should show FNT menu. And what the heck? FNT menu. Menu. I keep misspelling menu, but okay, it is what it is right now. And it does show the asset. Yeah, the size is 48, exactly as we defined it. Let's go, it's actually working. I mean, anything hasn't happened yet, but at least the things are getting identified. Draw underscore set underscore h align, and then we need to align it to the center, which is fa underscore center, and then s, not fa. Fa would be this. Yeah. Is this some right? Align, yeah. ALIGN. Yeah, this should work now. Maybe. Is there something wrong here? How do I know if there's something wrong with the code? How do I check it? Okay, I just will type this, hope that it works. Draw set H align. Okay, draw set H align. It was supposed to be that way. And then it is fs underscore center. Fs underscore center. Is that what it is? CNTER. Yeah. FA. Okay, that's FA. I keep messing things up. Sorry about that. And then we'll just copy this and change the part which we need. Control V, draw V align, or yeah, V align, and then middle, right? I'll show you guys something cool right after I'm done with this. I actually set this GameMaker up with GitHub, which is basically an online repository. I don't know why I'm using the GitHub. Okay, GitHub definition of GitHub. It's basically something somewhere you can store your game and keep all the records of it. Even if you delete it, you can just continue it on any other device. So basically, remote everything. If you do it right. If you do it wrong, then well, draw text x comma y comma button underscore text. Okay, so what was the text for it? What did we name this. What is this attribute or what the parameter this? What is this parameter again? Button underscore text. Okay, maybe. Okay, got it. This is the actual thing which we are typing. Okay, text. Just purely text, nothing else. Or maybe just for the sake of it, let's keep it the way it is. It does not change anything because it's text anyways, but let's keep it that way. It's actually and save it. And that's it for the parent object, right?
First of all, let's be going to that team of the button that last whenever I am going to leave and reset it
I'm
before
sorry
I
for
make
skipping so many
child
times.
objects now. I'll make an object for the play button first. So this will be
All
obj
right,
button
so
play.
now we need child
I'll
object.
assign the button sprite to it. Now this should be a child of the button parent. So I'll open the parents window and click the child
Oh,
object.
start button. Okay, we'll just create a start button, which will be the child object for this one. So let's create an object alt O, which will be first, let's rename it, which will be O start button. And oh, what did I just do? Invalid name already in use. Okay, then O start, I guess. No, O start is also already in use. No, O start isn't in use. STR O start. All right, it's done now. And then parent, we define the parent as, which object was it again? Button parent, yeah. And then we go to left, and this is go to. Okay, why can't I type here? Hello. I can't type anything here for some reason. Wait, can we even type in child objects?
Now I'll make an object for the play button first. So this will be obj button play. I'll assign the button sprite to it. Now this should be a child of the button parent. So I'll open the parents window and click here to set the parent to obj button parent. With that
Right.
set, in the events list, I can see the events that I made in the parent. And if I open the variables window, I also see the variables from the parent. So let's edit this button text variable and write play here. So this button says,
Wait.
and if I open
So
the
if
play
I
of the parent
change
to
just
obj
the
in the button sprite to it, making the child
no,
object
wait a second.
also make an object. I'll assign the button sprite to it. Now this should be a child of the button parent. So I'll open the parents window and click here to set the parent to obj button parent. With that set,
Okay, so first let's set the sprite. Why not? Sprite, and then start button. No, not this. We need the button thing. Yeah, sprite 9. Why is it sprite 9? I named it something, right? Well, anyhow, I'm sorry if there's any background noise. I really can't control that. I'm living in a hostel, and yeah, it is how hostels are. So,
in
what
the
now?
events list, I can see the events that I made in the parent. And if I open the variables window, I also see the variables from the parent. So let's edit this button text variable and write play here. So this button says play. And when you
Wait, variable. Okay, let's go to variables. Why not? And then start, I guess. No, this does not work that way. What's happening here? I can't edit it for some reason, even though I defined the parent and everything is supposed to be same. Is there something wrong with it?
I also see the variables from the parents window and click here to set the parent to obj button parent. With that said, in the events list, I can see the events that I made in the parent. And if I open the variables window, I also see the variables from the parent. So let's edit this button text variable and write play here. And so
Okay, that's what it was. Are you see? Are you serious? That's what it was. We just needed to press that button. All right. Now we know this. What next?
Added this button text variable and write play here. So this button says play. And when you click on it, it should take you into the game room. So to program that, we already have a left pressed event here. We don't want to replace this event, but we want to add on to it. So anything in the parents event runs before this event runs in the child object. So for that, right click on it and select inherit event.
All right.
And now in the event, let's quickly add this to change the room to RM game. And with this, the play button is finished. So let's go ahead and make the help and quit buttons. For the next button, I'll just duplicate the play button object so we get the same sprite and parent. And I'll name this obj button help. I'll open its variables and change the text here to help. I'll leave its event as it is for now.
All right. So we change the room go to. Well, he's using the visual part of the things, but you can just code it this way.
For the next button, I'll just change the room to R. And now in the event, let's quickly add this to change the room to RM game. And with this, the play button is finished. So let's go ahead and make the help and quit buttons. For the next button,
Is that what all we needed for now? Maybe there's something in the end, but let's start the game anyways. No, that's not all we need because it's not starting the game where I want it to. Okay.
I'll just duplicate the play button object so we get the same sprite and parent. And I'll name this obj button help. I'll open its variables and change the text here to
Wait, did I even create a room for... No, I haven't even added the objects yet. Okay, so we need the... Let's follow the tutorial for till the end. Why not? It's 5 more minutes. Not even that actually, it's 4:30.
For that, I'll go and duplicate this object and name this obj button quit. In the variables again, I'll set this to quit. And now let's tell this button to quit the game when we click on it. So for that, I'll open its left press event. I'll remove this from here, and instead I'll add this simple call to end the game. That's all the 3 buttons finished, so let's go and put them in the menu room.
Okay, so exit game, there should be a command for it, but let's go to the visual part and see what the command for it is, and then we will look at... Oh wait, where was it again? Yeah, so we need another object, which is... Let's duplicate this whole thing. O start and duplicate. O end. So O end. Yeah, that should be good enough. And let's open asset script. No, not script. Object, right? Object. How do I open this? Do I just drag and... Yeah, I just drag and drop. And then variable definitions. I define the variable here as end or quit. Quit will be better. Quit, and then we inherit the event here, which it already did, and exit. Yeah, exit. That's it. Exit, literally. So yeah, we drew it. No, maybe. Okay, we do not need this for now. F menu font. Okay, maybe there was something wrong in this. I need to go back to the initial object once and look at this. Why isn't it pointing to F menu? I should probably refer it to as F menu text. F menu font, maybe? Yeah, F menu font. Is that what I named it? Yeah, that's what I named it. Okay, so that's what the entry was supposed to be. And yeah, it works now. I think so, at least. And let's go back to the tutorial. Why not?
I'll open that room. Make sure the instances layer will press event.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And let's go back, and we did create the exit button, and left down it's the commands are exit. That should be it. And O button parent, there's nothing to change here. This is changed, and now we go to the room start. We do not need these yet, but let's leave it as it is and add the object. but I'll follow this again step by step because I do not want anything to break.
And instead, I'll add this simple call to end the game. That's all the 3 buttons finished, so let's go and put them in the menu room. So I'll open that room, make sure the instances layer is selected, and then place our 3 buttons here one by one. So let's play, help, and quit. Go ahead and run the game, and you can now quit the game, and you can also play it. So that's it with these 3
Okay,
buttons.
so yeah, I was. It does not show any font in it though. Is that something that I did wrong? Or is that something we need to... Okay, let's just first add these inside and align this together so that it works properly. There's no texture in there, right? No, there's no texture in there. So why do I not have the font? Why is that? For save instances, it should be working. It is not working. Maybe if we run the game, no, it is not working. What happened? I seriously don't know what's the problem here, because we followed everything step by step unless and until there's something wrong with this original room, which there should not be. Clear display buffer persistent. All right. Actually, guys, since this is not working and I need to figure it out, this stream will go off track a lot, and we are already 10 minutes out of time. We are already over time, and I need to end the stream right now. All right, everything is getting noisy around me, and yeah, so yeah, that's about it for today. So hopefully see you in the next stream. I'll try to fix it before the next stream, and yeah, that's about it for today. See ya. Bye bye.